Whoa. This is the new Shibuya Station for the Ginza Line. How you doing, everybody? This is the Ginza Line, historic train line, all the way going the history going back to 1932. They just opened the station. This is our first look, so let's let everybody get off and we're gonna take a look ourselves. The iconic yellow color of the Ginza Line. Whoa! This is awesome. Check it out. Look at that new retro, not retro, but futuristic shape to a retro line. You see the yellow on the left and the right, very striking. And above here, this really wavy, I guess it's an M for Metro, maybe? Let's go to the end of the platform here. And we're going to explore the new Shibuya Station area. This station has been undergoing an amazing amount of renovations over the last, I'd say, decade. The Ginza Line extends from Shibuya here and goes all the way to Asakusa, which takes about, I'd say, 40 minutes or so. Let's wait for this train to depart. They just had a press opening a few days ago. And it's pretty cool to finally be here. Now the Shibuya line was always a place that when you got, the Ginza Line, when you got to Shibuya, it was always very tight to get out. And there's about 220,000 daily passengers that go by here, that go through this station using Metro. And it was just not enough space. So the renovations finally finished for this station a few days ago. And during the holiday period, this station was closed while they were doing the final part of this renewal. I believe they started the Shibuya Station renovations in 2009, 10 years ago. And for me, for somebody that's been living in the city for so long, it's so amazing to see the evolution of this area, Shibuya. There's the Shibuya line. And it takes 33 minutes to get to Asakusa. I like to be precise. Have you been to Shibuya Station? What do you think of this? This is almost a reason to make this a place to visit one more time. Just the station in itself. Now, it's one of the busiest in the city of Tokyo. This whole area, as I said, has been renovating, and the renovations have been an amazing inconvenience for people. But this is just the end of phase maybe 1 or 2, and there's more to go. By 2027, it's supposed to look, they said like something from Blade Runner, which is a pretty big leap. They always say that, right, about the future. Let me see if I have some pictures for you. All right, here we go. Oh, here's the jingle. Very, very clean, very tidy, very nice station now. Before it was really old, the scaffolding, the covers over it. Again, this line is one of the oldest, if not the oldest, in Tokyo. 1932 was opened, the station. We're gonna look around. I'm gonna show you right now what they plan to make Shibuya Station look like. Let me go wide here. It's supposed to look like this. That's Hachiko Scramble, everybody, if you don't know. That's crazy. That's Hachiko Scramble. It looks unrecognizable. That means they got a lot more to go. And there's the blueprints of it. Station has a lot of green to it. Up there you see the newest building that offers amazing views down to the intersection. You see the green on top of that arrow-looking building on the top there. It's pretty amazing, the transformation. We're gonna watch the train come in again. I wanted to start this live stream from Omotesando because I thought it'd be pretty cool to see the train coming in. It's a different point of view. And the press had access to walk along the track a couple of days ago. I really wish I had that kind of access. but I don't. All right, let's watch the Ginza Line come in one more time, and then we're gonna leave the station. I'm gonna show you the area around here.
Is arriving at track 1. Please wait behind the yellow warning blocks.
All right, here it comes. The line before Shibuya, so the station before Shibuya is Omotesando, and they depart about every 3 minutes. Very, very cool. The trains themselves are kind of new too. They got a new paint job. I love that they keep the iconic yellow though, right? All right, this could be a little bit cleaner. But it looks pretty retro inside here. Wood paneling, all of that is brand new. Some of these trains are new, some of them are not, but most of them are on the line. I like that. So they're ready for the 2020 Olympics here. YouTube moved its headquarters from Roppongi just over there to Shibuya Stream, which is a brand new building. It's really, really wired. Stream could be for live stream, I don't know. But it's apparently has the fastest internet in the world or something. It makes sense that they would move their headquarters there. All right, let's get out of here. What do you guys think? If you like it, click the thumbs up. Thumbs up for the Shibuya Station renovations, yeah. And I'm so happy that they finally finished. The exits to the Ginza Line when you arrived in Shibuya was a disaster. It was just really, really hard to get out of. And because so many people are coming too, there's a great shot of the city out there. There's a Yamanote line going by. That way's towards Hachiko, and here's the backside. Hikarie was pretty much the start of the evolution of this city. That's what you got to see first. And Hikarie is just on the other side of this. Shibuya Stream is that way. There's the big camera you can see down there from the station. They've really opened it up. I think, you know what? So this is the original tracks. They put the new station. That's interesting. Now I'm starting to realize it. This is the new station. They put that. The old station is further inside. It was inside of the building. So we're no longer inside the building where JR is. We used to be on top there in this little dungeon area. They put it on the tracks and just covered it with this M shape. It's just hitting me now. That's pretty darn cool. This would make a great postcard for the postcard club on Patreon too, actually. I had to come here in the morning when they don't have any people. Speaking of postcards, I got 2 here. One for Jacob in Denmark and Carol in the United States going out right now. Thanks so much for joining the postcard club on Patreon. And we have an Instagram Kit Kat campaign going out. So if you like a bag of Japanese Kit Kats, go over to Instagram now. The link is down in the description of this video. All right, we're gonna exit here. Before we exit, we're gonna take one more look back at Shibuya Station. Then go to Hachiko Scramble and take a look around the area. There's a lot of staff here as another Ginza Line comes in. Every 3 minutes they go through here. Yeah. What do you guys think? Bradshaw Studio from Bend, Oregon. Very cool. Thank you so much. If you're watching this in playback, check out the live stream chat, which makes this a lot more interesting. Kind of makes you feel better that this is a 720p stream. Oh, I love it. Even the information on seeing where the Scramble is, Hachiko Scramble, is easier to see. And it's so much more spacious. There used to be just maybe 1 or 2 turnstiles to get out, and now there's like 8. Much, much more convenient. A lot of people have been taking photos of it because it's just new, right? You can feel there's Hachiko Scramble. We're gonna go over there next, guys. Let's take a quick look back now at the station. There you got it. The sign on the top tells you it's the Ginza Line. How cool is this? I don't know. I do like the M-shaped aesthetics of it. It's just a design that you probably couldn't do in the past because of, curves with metal was not easy in the 19th or 20th century. But in the 21st century, everything has curves to it. I guess this is the design for the new decade. Curves, huh? All right, let's go out. I don't even know how to get out of here, actually. This is my first time exiting the station. All right, whoa. So I guess if you go this way, there's not even signs here to tell you which way to go yet. It's so new. So there's some staff here to kind of give you some insight. This way will take you to Shibuya Hikarie, I think. So let's go over here just for a second and check it out, and then we're gonna go over towards the other side, Hachiko Scramble. Yeah, there's the Shibuya Scramble Square. This is all brand new. Look, there's even like staff here notifying people that this is the way to the Ginza Line. Very cool. They're not quite finished with all of the construction. You can see there's some walls around here. Probably that'll all open up. It does seriously look like the future. I'm so excited right now. I'm gonna pan up. You can see all of the glass and metal in the new station. And there's the new building over there. That's Hikarie right here. That was the first of the renovations to be finished in 2012. And I remember when I was filming for NHK's Tokyo Eye, when this building went up, that was a pretty big deal to see the metamorphosis of Shibuya, which is the media capital of Tokyo. This is where a lot of the media companies have an office here. If you're in media, you want to be in Shibuya. And this walkway opened up about 1.5 years ago, which connected the two. And it's been under construction. It still is. You can see they're going to clean this up for the 2020 Olympics. They want to showcase this. After the Olympics, I guess the next phase of the renovations for Shibuya Station will take place. And that's going to be pretty exciting to see because we're not done with the evolution of Shibuya yet. Hachiko, the dog scramble area, is going to get some renovations too. All right, let's go over to the other side here. One last look at the station for those that are joining us. A lot of people are here to take pictures because, again, like when your city evolves, it's a pretty big deal. You can see 220,000 daily passengers, probably a little bit more because of the newness of the station. People might just ride 1 or 2 stations more just to see and take it in. And here behind us is some history that's also photo worthy. The Ginza Line would always go into this Tokyo department store, and it was one of the most iconic things where the station went into the building like this. It was cool back in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. Actually, last year it was pretty cool. And then you can see now the platform is being taken away. You could still exit out of the platform to get to Hachiko, so we're gonna do that and see how much it's changed. Has that gotten wider, or is it still kind of retro? And then we're gonna take you over here in about 2 or 3 minutes. You're gonna be where all those big signs are, so you're gonna wanna stick around in the live stream. By the way, yeah, let me give you the link to that. If you are interested in the Kit Kat giveaway that I'm doing on Instagram, Only in Japan TV right there. Follow me there and you get a chance to win a bag. I will send it to you. I have 5 more bags to send out. All right, let's do this. We got a lot of stuff going on. There's a Discord server emoji contest, meaning if you want to contribute to our really weird emoji, some of them are cracking me up. Check out Discord. We have a pretty good growing community of people over there. All right, the signal might drop off. We're inside of the belly of the Tokyo department store on the 2nd floor. We're gonna make our way down to the crossing. Yeah, this is the old exit. So the train would arrive in here instead of that M-shaped building, and then you would have to go out of here. But they removed the turnstiles, which were here. Do you see the emptiness here, where there's just cement? That's where the turnstiles used to be, where you had to exit. So it wasn't very big. It wasn't a lot of space for the amount of people that were coming here. You remove it and now people can move more freely. Can we go? All right, this is the way to JR now, and then you can go back to Hikarie this way, or through the new exit if you come off of the Ginza Line. All right, that's all very interesting. Now we're gonna go down. You can still see they have the kind of retro signs, and this old metro kiosk is still here. It's nice to see that not everything has changed. Part of me likes the old ways. The other part says, move on, move on. Bring in 5G so we get some really good 4K live streams. For many of you that are watching, you're feeling as nostalgic as I am when you see Shibuya Station and you walk through here. It's like everybody comes to this area. Let's just take a quick look from this window. This is the backside. Just underneath here is the Moai, which is a meeting point. There's a Moai on this side of the Tokyo department store. Let's go to the other side towards Hachiko Scramble. Maybe we can go out via the food show, huh? Oh no, let's go the normal way. Here's a window that'll show us the Scramble. I remember when my family came for the wedding and we showed them Shibuya. We came through here and my nieces were looking out this window at the Scramble, just in amazement of all of the people crossing. And we're just a few seconds away from that happening right now. This is one of the best views of Hachiko from here on the second floor over the Tokyo food show. And just about 5 seconds from now, all those people are gonna cross to make one of the most iconic scenes in the city of Tokyo. There we go. This is all going to change, everybody. What you see in front of me is maybe not the Starbucks and Q front, which is what the building is called, but the station area where I am, I think they're going to get a facelift, and by 2027 it'll all be complete. At least that's the plan. And Japan's done a really great job of coming close, or no, actually surpassing the expectations and getting things done much faster. These two trees here that you see are Sakura trees. So in the spring, they're blooming, and it's a nice sight to see at that time some green and nature at Shibuya Station, which is very urban. There's Hachiko, the doggy over there. He's got something around his neck. We're gonna go down there for a second, and I'm gonna take you back around towards the construction site ground level, and we can see how much progress they've made. Yeah, this is probably gonna get a facelift. This train will be out of here. They're gonna make it look like the future, because Shibuya being the media center should be the future, don't you think? I think so. I think so. All right, let's go down this way. All right, let's go down this way. Maybe we can see the Ginza lines M-shaped from the ground level now. But first, welcome. Over there's Mark City. That opened up a while ago. That's a shopping mall, one of the first on the other side. The Inokashira line departs from there, as well as a few others. Here's the 100 yen Hachiko buses, the community buses. Oh, look at this, I'm so happy. They got rid of the smoking area. Awesome. For non-smokers. So you can walk here and not cough. I did not know that. They'd gotten rid of that. That's very cool. And in its place, they put like a ton of non-smoking logos to inform people, hey, don't smoke here. All right. Here she is. Or is it he? Hachiko's a dude. How you doing, Hachiko? I saw you in Akita, actually, in Odate. You have a here guys, I touched his leg right here. I saw he has a twin statue designed around the same time in the 1930s. or is it the 30s or 40s up in Otate in Akita. So you can see the second one up there if you make the trip out to the countryside. I was there not too long ago. Wow. Used to be just Hikarie, and now we have the other building right there. And above there, I guess some of you might have seen the advertisements, and some other YouTubers have been up here, but on this corner, you get a nice view looking down at Shibuya's crossing as well as the city. And it's just tall enough to make it that you don't need a drone anymore, really, to get those shots. But this is the facade of the Tokyo department store, and it's been really old. It looks retro, kind of 1960s. See those little windows inside of the top of the diamond there? That's all going to be renovated and turned into probably a glass-looking structure. Here's the crossing. We've been here like a dozen times, so it's nothing too special for you, right? You've all seen this stuff before, right? Sentagai, which is the dubbed basketball street, is over there. That's my shortcut to get to NHK. About 10 years ago, I used to do a ton of work for NHK. I think 48 episodes of Tokyo Eye. And sometimes I would giddy run through there to get to the studio shoot in time. I used to live on the other side of the city towards Chiba. A lot of good memories for me here. This is a place I typically avoid, but now that it's all been renewed, it's pretty cool to come back and see it. But I like to do these streams because it's also important to see how this is going to be changing. This is what it looks like now, and in a few years, it's going to be completely different. This is a mural of Hachiko. This has been here since, I believe, the 80s, just to give more. I think it was to commemorate the statue and as an anniversary for Hachiko, but it's a pretty neat mural. It looks a little retro now. I'm not sure if it's going to survive the renovations, but I hope so. If not, they'll put it in a museum for sure. Here we go. Let's give Hachiko a little touch on the nose. Dogs tend to hate that, though. Here you go. I'm going to clean off his nose here. How you doing? Hope you're still there in a couple of years, buddy. All right, let's move on from here. Get to the other side. Now, on this side here, this is something that I was really curious about, what they were going to do with this. One of the reasons that Shibuya was never renovated was because the Shibuya River flows underneath here, and the land is not very stable, meaning if there was an earthquake or something, it would not be too good for skyscrapers. But technology has made it so that we can make the land a little bit more stable, or at least the buildings sway better with the earthquakes. That's led to these high-rise buildings, which wasn't possible just 10 years ago. It's very exciting to see. Now I'm starting to see that they're getting rid of a lot of some of the little teeny cafes in this neighborhood. Nombe Yokocho, I believe it was called. You see Nombe Yokocho right there. There's the entrance. I don't know if it's going to survive here. And a lot of these local businesses in here, they didn't want to change because their whole business was around these little teeny shops with a very Showa era, 50 years ago feel. And now, because of the renovations, you can see that it looks like Nombe Yokocho is almost no more. Just that gray building there, those are the shacks of the old Nombe Yokocho, and there might be a couple of shops. Oh, it looks like it's gated off. I don't know. That's a very sad thing. But they survived with these short buildings because the land here was very weak. They could build stuff like that, and yeah. All right, there's Hikarie up there. And now we get a look of the M-shaped building. Shibuya's Ginza Line right there. They marked it here. Ginza-sen Shibuya Eki. Sen means line. Ginza Line, Shibuya Station. And there's the new building on the side. I like this LED television in a, looks like an upside down Mount Fuji with Mount Fuji in it. I like that. The Shibuya Scramble Square is the name of this building. And it's pretty darn big. Lots of shops in there, offices. So that's what they did. It makes sense now. I didn't quite get it a couple of years ago, or no, just last year, before they started to construct this walkway here. You used to be able to see the Ginza Line, the very bright yellow train, make its way across here inside of the Tokyo building, and we don't have that anymore. That's a hotel right there. And I remember going up in an elevator to the 22nd floor to that window and filming down in towards Hachiko for a video I made in 2013 or 2014. It's a while ago. The city's changed so much since then, hasn't it? Let's make our way around now. This area is still undergoing a lot of construction. I've always recommended, a lot of people have asked me, how do you get from here to Roppongi? You take a bus, all right? And the bus is really easy to do. Roppongi Hills is from bus stop 51. So this is kind of a really good information if you're making your way to Shibuya, you want to get around. You might want to screenshot this. This area is all under construction in the middle. Over here as well towards Shibuya Station, which is that way. And then the Higarie side's pretty much finished. That's Meiji Dori, Meiji Avenue. And the buses will pull in here and then take you all around the city, this area of it. A lot of them are Toei buses, meaning you can get a one-day pass, which includes the subway and the buses for about, I think it's 700 yen. And I often get that because I live on the Toei line as well. Roppongi's here. If you take the bus going towards Shimbashi, it also goes past Roppongi. So these three lines are all pretty good. So it's good to know. 51, platform 51 all goes towards Roppongi. There's no subway line from Shibuya connecting Roppongi. So that's a very popular destination for a lot of people. Anything going towards Shimbashi typically will go towards Roppongi. So yeah, in that direction will stop nearby. Akabanebashi is near Tokyo Tower, for those that are interested. Yeah, I like that there's a Yamanote line going by. We just rode that a couple days ago. Oh, now we're connecting streams. Let's walk this way over underneath the new Ginza line and see what else they're doing. Looks like they're not quite finished. There's some construction going on. I might have been hanging out in that spot to see if anybody would find me. I did bring find me cards. I guess not. Catch me if you can, because I tend to move real quick. All right. Speaking of which, just the day after tomorrow, we're going up to Yamagata, which is going to be pretty cool. Kanai's birthday is in a couple of days, so we're going to take her up there. I'm going to take her up there, but you guys can come with me because I'll probably live stream it a couple of times. She said it was okay. And we were just here a couple of minutes ago, and now we're underneath the Ginza line, and we're gonna see it. Wow. That is pretty cool. You can see how much taller Shibuya has gotten over the last couple of years. Yeah, I can see why YouTube would want their new offices here. This is gonna be pretty cool. These escalators, I believe, go straight up to the Ginza line. Look at the new entrance to the Ginza line. Very nice. I approve. Our city has gotten a lot cleaner, wider, nicer, friendlier, easier to use, and more vision of the future. This is why the Olympics was so important for Tokyo. Everybody talks about how it's a money loser, why nobody should host the Olympics. I'm gonna make the pitch that I think it was the best thing ever for Tokyo, and I wish that they'd done it 4 years ago and had won in 2016 as well. But maybe it's better. Maybe it worked out perfectly. When Japan got the Olympics in 1964, they made the most out of that and showed the future to people in the '64 Olympics. They really did a quick job to try to rebuild. They really tried their best to rebuild the city super fast. That was very impressive, but that also led to some problems. Some of them that they're fixing now. Like Nihonbashi, the most beautiful bridge in Japan, one of the most iconic bridges in Japan, looks awful now because there's a highway overpass that they built for the 1964 Olympics because they had to make the infrastructure work for the highways. So 2020 is an excuse to inconvenience people to make amazing renovations to the cities for the next 20 to 30 to 40 years. And the Olympics is a reason for people to rally around it. And if you can make the most out of it and get stuff done, then it works out extremely well. I think the investments in infrastructure now rival those of China, which have been built up over the last 15 years. China is super modern. I remember going to Shenzhen to see my friend Scotty from Strange Parts, his YouTube channel, Strange Parts. We were walking around Shenzhen. I hadn't been there in about 20 years, and it was completely different. It was so modern, and everybody was walking around with smart. It wasn't the China that I remembered from the past. It was a completely different China. Japan's got to compete with other neighbors in the area, and it's very expensive in Japan to do any kind of work because everything has to be imported, just about everything. Because there is wood in the new Olympic Stadium that comes from all 47 prefectures. But the thing that makes this so important, the Olympics, is that it's completely renewed Shibuya. It's really renewed a lot of the city's infrastructure. And it shows people how efficient Japan is with all of this. I don't think you could do this in New York. And New Yorkers look at the costs, but they don't look at the benefits. And if you waste it, there are no benefits. But government does such an awful job of many things. They don't do a good job of being efficient. And if they can do it like Japan does, Japan was not 100% efficient. Just Google the stadium debacle that happened. A lot of money wasted in the beginning. But once they got it right, it's pretty efficient. Hikarie with the clouds moving pretty fast on a cool January morning. The renovations to the city of Tokyo also mean that it's more it's friendlier for the disabled. So if you're coming around with a wheelchair, I have to be honest with you, the last decade it's been really bad in this area. It's just because of the construction. But the end result will be a much easier to navigate city if you are disabled. And I'm already starting to see it. Every station now has elevators, where 10, 15 years ago they did not. There were just a very, very few. They would have these little platforms that would transcend the stairs. And before that, staff would carry the people in wheelchairs down into the trains. They would get two of them and they would carry them. I've seen that happen before in the past. I like that. These yellow things that I haven't seen these in New York, but they're tactile and you can feel them with your feet. And if you're blind, you can use these to walk around the city. A lot of people, you don't notice them until somebody uses them. But the first several years that I lived here, and they've had these for a long time, I thought it was like a foot massager or something, and I would walk on the line, which you shouldn't do, because it does feel good on the feet. But it also lets people that are blind know which direction to go. And then the feeling will change to let you know to turn or to stop. That's good that it's starting to catch on in the US. I'm looking at the live stream chat here. Now we're looking back at that Ginza Line. There's the walkway that I was telling you about between Hikarie, connecting it with the station, which is good because this road was a pain in the neck to cross. There is a crossing on the other side, but it's much better to walk across on the overhead pedestrian bridge. You go straight into the trains, so very, very nice. We turn our attention this way. Here behind the station on 246, going towards Sangenjaya and Futakotamagawa, that's this way, is the Shibuya Stream, which is another brand new building. Look at this intersection. This so looks like the future, doesn't it? You can get here pretty easily. There's a walkway on the other side of the station. It'll walk right into this Shibuya Stream building, which is very nice. Got a chance to go in there once for a little bit, and it's a very, very high-tech building. A lot of big companies have offices inside of here. Let's pan up. What do you guys think? If you want me to walk around to the other side again, give me a thumbs up. Let's see if we can get to 500-600 likes before then. That's right, you are watching a live stream and playback. It's always fun to enable the live stream chats to see what people are saying. And in case we don't continue because we don't hit the like threshold, why don't you chime in and tell us where you're watching from? It's always nice. I give you usually about a 30-minute heads up if you're supporting on Patreon at the beginning levels. I will always put the link there first and on Instagram stories so you can hook up in there. Shibuya Stream has some pretty neat restaurants. Looks healthy. Wow, vegetables. Katalo is really proud of his meat. Look at that. Meat-colored hat going on there. Oh, it looks pretty good. Sorry for the blinking, that's because of the voltage in Japan sort of matches the shutter speeds. Makes it hard. You have to shoot usually at 100 shutter speed of 100 or change to PAL 25 or 50 to try to match the wave so it doesn't blink. Yeah, as you can see in here, it is really futuristic, and Google's office, as you can already see on the other side there, they've moved here. There's a lot of signs to make sure that you get there. You can see the city has been Google-fied. All right, let's walk around. All right, it's up to you. If you're watching, hit that thumbs up so we can keep walking and show you some more of this area. Oh, there it is right there. That down there is the Shibuya River. This is what I was talking about 15 minutes ago, and why building here was so hard. This Shibuya, the Buya in Shibuya, that means valley, all right? This is maybe the lowest spot in the city as well. So when you have a low spot in the city, it's not the ideal place to build, which is why Shibuya has always been kind of lower with the buildings, and that's completely changed because of technology. The Shibuya River is significant. It was because of this that they couldn't build, and now they have lights on it, and I guess you would celebrate it. Still, some of the older buildings you can see from the Showa era, the 1960s and 70s are up here, and I'm sure they're going to get knocked down eventually, and all the new buildings will be there. I'm sure the Shibuya Stream would like that with a better view looking into there. But Shibuya could use some more parks, and it'd be nice to put some green there. There's some remnants from New Year's. Japanese New Year finishes today. People start getting back to work. So the 6th, 7th, and 8th, people are stretching their legs back at the office after a good week off. Boy, this Luke's lobster roll is everywhere. There's the platform for JR over there on the other side. Elochin B, thank you for that animated emoji. Much appreciated. We're now making our way back to the Shibuya Scramble Square. Honestly, I don't know exactly where I'm going because it's so new. I have these muscle memories of how to walk when I get to Shibuya. That's all messed up right now. I mean, look, over there's another walkway. Do you see that? How did the people get over there? How do I get to the other side? What's going on? But that's so exciting too, to renew everything. Venino's in the house. I know it's a bit early, but I want to give something for Kanai's birthday. That's so kind of you. Thank you. We'll do a celebration live stream to say thank you to Kanai, because she's changed. I don't want to. Can I cut through this building? She's really. I don't know. You can see over the last year her evolution as in front of the camera, and her confidence level has really gone up. And I don't think this show would be really interesting, this channel, without her, because it's important to have a Japanese perspective. I've been here for a long time, but I'm not Japanese, and I didn't grow up here, so a lot of the cultural references she gets, because she knows going all the way back to the 1980s. My memories go back to like 99, but the old Japan and the new Japan, she can kind of connect that as she was a kid here. So she's now in her 30s, and she has a lot of good experiences here in Tokyo because she was born here, that I hope she can share more with us over the next many years that Only in Japan Go will be live streaming. Jeffrey747, I much appreciated. Thank you. Florencia, I see you're in here too. Nice to see our family. We always have this viewers that come back to say hi, and it's nice. Let's just walk through this building so then we get a little taste of the newness. See if the signal holds. 5G is supposed to go active as well in a couple of months. Docomo is heading that. They always have the best signals. But I guess in order for me to get from A to B, I got to cut through here, you know? Wow, look at these sake glasses. That's pretty cool. Very nice. Things will just catch your eye. That's what browsing is for. All right. And now we're back at the Ginza Line. It's time for me to go home. Impressed? Who's not impressed? Are you not impressed by the new Shibuya? I totally am. It's not even done yet. I gotta go. I come back here in a few months. I think wintertime, the sun sets early. Yeah, work is not really as progressing as fast. Once we get to spring, once we get closer to 2020, let's to the Olympics, because this is 2020. Once we get closer to the Olympics, let's come back here again and do another tour around. And I think you're going to see an amazing amount of change that's happened in the Shibuya neighborhood. All these skyscrapers, which were under construction for a long time, an eyesore on the city, now just it looks like the future that it was intended to be. Here are the buses that are coming through here. That's a Toei bus, and you can use the one-day passes. This one's going towards Roppongi again. Those are going there. Bus is the only way, or it's a 25, 30-minute walk to the other side there. Yeah. Oh, it's digital. Osaka Station has a clock like this as well in the new Osaka Station. Osaka Station has been renewed a lot, and they have the 2025 World Fair coming in there. So do not underestimate Osaka. As Tokyo finishes its renovations, or should I say her renovations, Osaka will be on the ball taking over in 2022, I think. You're going to see a lot of construction projects start, if they haven't already, to fix up the city, to show that in the middle of the decade, Osaka is maybe even going to be more advanced than Tokyo. I don't know. The war is on Tokyo, Osaka. It's Osaka versus Tokyo. We maybe have the Olympics this year, but Osaka has the World Fair in 5 years later. 5 years later. Still a lot of construction going on underneath the Ginza Line, but it's very impressive. You can see the iconic yellow color of the Shibuya, the Ginza Line's trains underneath that M pattern of the station. We're gonna head towards there right now. So if you haven't seen the new Ginza Line and you're waiting, watch it in the playback for more details, but we're gonna head over there right now. To get up there, you have to take the escalator to the 3rd floor. So let's do that. The Ginza Line's on the right side. Oh, is David Kimura here? How you doing, David? That circle would represent the Shibuya area. All right, there's a sign that tells you that this is an easy way to get to the JR concourse, to the central exit. Staff there on the blue jacket, he's telling people to come this way because this is the entrance to the new Ginza Station. If we walked around Shibuya Station's new areas, the Ginza Line from 1932 started in 1932, the oldest subway line in the city of Tokyo, I believe, has that iconic yellow color to it. And yours truly will be going back home. There it is, the brand new M pattern to it. There's a lot of people taking pictures of it. So the Ginza Line just opened a few days ago. And if you're in Tokyo, I think it's worth coming out here to take a quick look at the Ginza Line to see it. The new trains are beautiful as well. They were pretty retro before. They kind of have this wood paneling inside of it, but they look really nice now, clean, future. No, the M does not stand for McDonald's. The M could stand for Metro, though. People are taking pictures. Look at it, that's a beautiful train. It's a new train, but it kind of looks retro, doesn't it? Now, the Ginza Line will take you from Shibuya to Asakusa in 33 minutes. There it goes right now. And this was the runway into the department store. And now they took that runway where the Ginza Line went outside from underground, and they turned the runway into the station by adding what looks like the rib cages of a whale, maybe, or something. I'm not sure. Maybe it is. Hey, Jeremy Crimes. Cheers, John, for your streams. Help with my trip. Thanks, Jeremy. I kind of want to give you an introduction with these live streams, so then when you do come, you can feel it, I think. And when you don't cut it, it's raw, you know, and you can feel all of the stuff going on around you. That's the vibe, I think. So when you land, you can hit the ground running by preparing for your trip with Only in Japan Go. And if you're coming for the Olympics, we're so going to get you ready for that too. David Kimura writes in here, doing good after my ramen from a new shop in Fresno. Oh, so ramen is getting Getting popular everywhere. I've seen some shops in California, of course. Looking pretty authentic. I'm gonna catch this 4:51, I think. So we're gonna watch the train come in one more time. But this live stream is about the evolution of the Ginza Line and the Shibuya area. And as this train pulls in, that's gonna be my ride out of here. As I depart from the train that I came in. Over there, you can still see the old Shibuya Station. Inside of the department store, that's where the trains used to go in. And it was just, the reason why was the Ginza Line just had too many passengers coming into Shibuya. It's one of the most growing areas of the city with shops and everything. They needed more space to just be able to handle it. And it's very hard to do that in Shibuya because it's so crowded. They did a pretty good job coming up with this idea to build it on the runway into the building from before. Maybe we'll hear some of the jingles as the train comes in. Here she comes. Shibuya. Yeah, I saw that. Not everybody comes in by air. Some people come by ship. Most of the people coming in by ship are coming across from Korea or China or from Taiwan. But majority of the people will be coming in by plane. If you're coming in by ship, the procedure is a little bit different. If you're coming in to Yokohama from San Francisco, that's a 10-day sail, I heard. So that's something I might be interested in covering in the future. All right, guys, there it is. The train stops here. As you can see, there's nothing preventing the train from going back into the old station because it doesn't go in there anymore. It now stops on what used to be like the runway into the building, and they've built it into a new station, which is so much better for the traffic. Can now get out to where they're going much easier. And the backside of Shibuya Station, not Hachiko, has really changed a lot. Now I think there's more attractions on the backside of Shibuya Station than there are on the front side now, which is where the Marui building is, the 109 building. That all seems retro now compared to the backside, which is all brand new. And we can thank new technology for allowing us to build on top of the Shibuya River, which is probably the lowest spot in the city of Tokyo. Now it has skyscrapers, making it eventually the tallest spot in Tokyo. Skytree may have something to say about that. But I do appreciate everybody watching this live stream. I'm now inside of the Ginza Line. Have a good day, have a good night wherever you are in the world. Click the like button and encourage me to do more train live streams. This is because everybody loved that complete Yamanote Line live stream from a couple of days ago. Really appreciate the support, and Kanai and I are going to be going to Yamagata in a couple of days, and we'll take you with us on the live streams as well. I think we're going to have a main channel episode released in the next couple of days too on Hello Kitty's Sanrio Proto Land, which arguably is the happiest and cutest place in the world, or the city of Tokyo. See everybody. Have a good day. Have a good night.